The Ego 76 is not like other compressors, and I'm going to show you why. In this video, we look at the Ego 76 by Wampler and why it could be your Tone's new secret weapon. Stick around to the end because I'm going to show you a trick as to why this one might be a bit special. With that being said, let's dive straight in. When you think about compression for guitar, you might be thinking about something like this. Our first example then uses the Ego 76 in that squishy guitar compression way that you might know and love. Pedal compression is an effect in and of itself. You can hear it working, and that is due to the super fast attack. It brings in the compression so quickly that you can hear it chopping off the initial note attack. By pushing up the attack and release knobs, you can get that really squishy guitar compression. Of course, things have come on a lot since those early days of guitar pedal compression. There are a bunch of compressors out there that can add a sparkle and gentle sustain to your tone without squishing out the dynamic range. The Ego 76 can give you a nice subtle compression that lifts your guitar signal without impacting on your original guitar tone. The blend control allows you to mix between a fully compressed tone and your original guitar sound. This lets you strike a balance between the sustain of a compressor and the fidelity of your original guitar tone. As you may know though, compressors do not compress all frequencies equally. Oftentimes, high frequencies are the ones that are easiest to peak, and you'll find yourself with heavy compression losing your top end. This has been where our clever Brian has been clever once again. The Ego 76 is a compressor with a tone control, so you can negate any of the high-end loss under heavy compression. This next segment shows you how I personally use compressors. After that, we're going to go through the way to use it that sets this compressor apart from the crowd. A big reason why people love adding overdrive to a guitar tone is because it adds compression and sustain also. For me, I want to run as little gain as possible on my guitar signal, but I want all of the benefits of the sustain that a high gain signal brings. This is where compressors are blooming brilliant. When you add compression to a drive signal, it helps bring out all of that sustain and allows you to retain much more of that original guitar tone. Putting your compressor before your dirt means that you're not going to raise the noise floor of your drive stage, but it is down to personal preference and it is a subject for another video. Before we move on to the big reason, if you've been liking this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Your support really helps us grow, so any effort you make will really help us out. The Ego 76 is based on the legendary 1176 by Universal Audio. The 1176 is of course a rack-mounted, FET-driven peak limiter. It has been a mainstay in studios across the globe since 1967 when it was created. It has been used in many different applications. Compression in general is a really handy studio tool to glue tracks together and give a nice studio polish. If you have this in mind, the Ego 76 can be used much further in your signal chain than you'd think to get a really tight studio tone. If you put the Ego 76 in the effects loop of your amp, or at the end of your chain in a digital modelling situation, you can get some really seriously polished tones. It can also be used to level out the volume differences in guitar pedals, so you don't have to be so precise when dialing in your perfect pedal volumes. Those of you who are heavily into your guitar tones might know that there's a little trick you can do with an 1176. It's a studio secret that Jimmy Page used two 1176s slammed into each other direct into the desk to get the legendary guitar tone on Black Dog. Now, there isn't an option to slam this one on its own, but if you push the front end and ride that level control really high, you can simulate some of the tones that you find in Black Dog. The Ego 76 is around £200 or $200 and is available in shops now. A massive thanks to Rich over at Wampler for sending us this through to demo. It's been really fun to play through this one. Knowing how to use a compressor to your advantage is a great skill for a guitar player, but knowing the order in which to put your pedals is an essential. On screen now is a video showing you how to do that the right way. Drop a like here if you've enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you making it to the end. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.